Hello everyone, today we're going to be ranking every emote in Splatoon 3. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I wanted to wait until the game's major content drops were complete. Given that there's a lot of evidence to show that we won't be getting any more catalogs in this game, I think it's safe to assume that we won't get any more emotes. But if we do, oh well. I'm just going to rank all of the current emotes up to this point. Basically, how this is going to work is I'm just going to give some quick thoughts on every single emote, and then give each one a letter grade. At the end of the video, I'll show a final tier list where every emote is placed accordingly. This kind of goes without saying, but every thought that I share in this video is just my opinion. Just because I put your favorite emote in D tier or something, doesn't mean that the emote is actually bad. I just personally don't care for it. With that being said, if you enjoy the video, please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. So we're going to cover the emotes in the exact order that they were introduced into the game. To start, we have the default Splatoon 3 emote, which is Flip Out. And honestly, it's pretty good. You can tell that Nintendo put a lot of effort into this emote's animation, since it's literally what every player is going to see when they play the game for the first time. Every individual weapon pose is fine. I especially like the dually and Splatana variants. Other ones like the roller and blaster I don't really care for, but overall, it's a solid emote. And the fact that this is just one of 3 emotes in the game that actually feature your main weapon is a huge plus. No Chill. Weirdly enough, I really like this one. I'm not sure why, it just kinda blends well with my personality, I guess. This was the main emote that I rocked for most of the 2022 Drizzle season. Stuntin'. It's alright. I always felt like this emote was just kinda there, but nothing really stood out about it either. Don't love it, but don't hate it. Breakin'. This one's not one of my favorites, but the breakdancing animation itself is pretty cool, and I really like the crouched end pose. Victory Strut, aka the chicken dance. This is a solid, cute emote, and it was definitely one of the better ones in the early game's life. Double Cross Dab. Alright, we've reached the first emote that I hate. I'm sorry, I know this emote has some passionate fans, but I just personally think that it's cringe. Besides the fact that it's literally a dab, which was so like 2015, the animation itself also just looks kinda weird. Card Shark. This is the emote that you get for reaching rank 30 in Table Turf Battle, which is quite a grind by the way. Not gonna lie to you guys, I don't even have this emote. But despite that, I think it's pretty cool, and it's worthy of being the emote that you get after such a long grind. You're Welcome. This is another emote that tends to be well liked by fans, but I just don't agree. The animation is fine, but the ending pose kinda creeps me out honestly. Like, why do the Inklings and Octos look so scary here? All Chill. This is obviously related to the No Chill emote from the previous season, and I like this one too. I do like No Chill slightly more, but this one is unique in its own way. Wave 'em Off. I don't like this one. I understand that it's supposed to be super goofy, but I still kinda hate it. And the characters just don't stop, it keeps going. Not as offensive as the Double Cross Dab, but still awful. Who's Next? This one's okay, but there's just not a lot going on here. It's a very simple emote, which can be looked at both positively and negatively. I do really like the ending pose though. Robo Steppin'. I'm personally not a fan of the robot dance, so I was destined to dislike this one. It is cute though, so that bumps it up a bit. Your Move. This one was weird because I remember being really excited for it when I saw it in the catalog. But then when I actually got it for myself, I was just kinda underwhelmed. It's fine, I don't really have an issue with it, but I also feel it's just kinda bland. This is a very middle of the road emote for me. Reppin' Inkopolis. This is the second emote to have weapon specific poses, so there's a bit to talk about here. I'll say this right off the bat. I don't think this emote is as good as Flip Out, and that's for one main reason. A lot of these animations just look awkward. I know they were just trying to replicate the poses from Splatoon 1, but it just didn't blend well with Splatoon 3's animation style and the new character height. In fact, the only pose I really like is the slosher one. I do like the newly added variants for Brellas, Dualies, Splatanas, and Stringers, but why did it take so long for them to add those? MV Pleased. It's simple, it's cute, and that's what I like in an emote. Not much else to say here. Later Undulator. Oh. Backflip Atcha. This is my favorite emote in Splatoon 3. There's no question. Both the animation and the ending pose are top notch. Your character just looks like such a badass after doing it every time. It never gets old. I fell in love with this emote the second I saw it, and nothing has been able to top it since. Rootin' Tootin'. I don't like this one. The ending pose with the 3 fingers down is cool, but this emote has one of the stupidest animations in my opinion. The character jumping around like this just looks too silly for my liking. Twirl Power. This is definitely one of the cutest emotes in the game. While it's personally not X tier for me, it certainly is one of the best emotes in this game. I really dig the ending pose as well. Easy Kneesy. It's fine. This is another middle of the road emote for me. Don't love it, but don't hate it. Landed It. This emote is very underrated in my opinion. The double punch at the beginning is super cute, and the whole animation is just the right amount of goofy. Plus the ending pose is sick too. Roundhouse Ballerina. This is another top tier emote. Both the animation and end pose are solid, and it's just another emote that makes you feel badass. Windmill Whip. Not my favorite animation, but this is yet another emote where it's just the right amount of goofy. Victory Twist. Everyone loves this emote, and I'm no different. It has one of my favorite ending poses in the game, and I still use this emote on occasion to this day. Ready Stance. I know a lot of people dislike this one, but I personally love it. I'm not sure why, I just find it really satisfying to watch. I can totally see how this one seems awkward for some people, but it's personally one of my favorite emotes in the game. By the way, quick side note, Sizzle Season 2023 had 4 emotes that were at least S tier. They really went all out with the emotes this season, didn't they? Moving on, we have Deepest Cut. I'm so sorry Deep Cut fans, but this one does not work. I think it's just another case of the animation looking awkward, but even the end pose on this one looks dumb. Down Rock Pop. This is very similar to Rootin' Tootin' for me. The idea is cool, but the animation just kinda falls flat. Why are we just kicking the air repeatedly? Not a fan of this one. Bashful Brag. This is one of the strongest emotes in the game, and I like it especially because it really suits my OC's personality as well as my own. This is definitely a top 3 emote in the game for me. Robo Flow. This is another robot dance emote, so yeah, just like the other robot emote, not really on board with this one. I think it's slightly better, but it's still C tier. Spin-In Salute. It's solid, not top tier, but definitely one of the higher tier emotes for sure. Really dig the ending pose on this one too. Upperkick Crouch. For a final emote of the season, it's pretty underwhelming. Also, I literally never see anyone use this emote. Sarcastic Salute. This is another emote that I thought would be one of my favorites, but after using it for a bit, my taste for it sort of declined. I think that might be because of its simplicity, or the fact that this was the only emote that anyone used for this entire season. Despite that though, it's still badass, and it's still high tier. Just Playin'. Yeah, this one's X tier. Are you surprised? I'll be honest, the animation is sort of middle of the road for me, but the ending pose is so badass, it literally carries it to the highest tier. Perfect Pirouette. This one is very similar to Roundhouse Ballerina, and it's also a bit worse. I don't know, not much else to say about it other than it feels like a worse version of a previous emote. Shot Caller. There's too much arm spinning going on in this one for me, and while the end pose is cool, it's not enough to save it. XOXO. Once again, another emote that really fits my OC's personality. It's just super cute, and it's honestly one of the meanest emotes from a taunting perspective, so therefore, it's a great emote. Squiddin' Around, also known as the Christmas emote. This one has very mixed reactions from what I've seen. Some people love it and some people hate it. For me, it's just middle of the road. I think this is yet another case of the animation style making it look weirder than it needs to be. Now, we've reached the final weapon emote, which is the square show-off, obviously replicating all of the Splatoon 2 emotes. So the question here is, did Splatoon 3's animation style make these previous emotes look weird once again? Unfortunately, yes, it did. Some of the actions that the characters perform were altered to look even worse for some reason, such as how they spin the dualies now. I'm not sure if the devs thought this would look cooler, or maybe they wanted it to just look more goofy, but either way, this emote kinda fell flat. Just like Rep in Inkopolis, a few of the weapon variants look okay, but overall, nah. Nowhere fast. Pretty goofy, but it works, I think. The ending pose is especially silly. Adoring crowd. This is another emote where the ending animation isn't idle. Your character doesn't stop performing the action. Unlike Wave 'em off though, this emote actually doesn't suck. Flowing form. This one is so cool. While I don't personally think it's top tier worthy, it's certainly high tier. Meditating poses always get a thumbs up for me. Routine victory. Speaking of emotes that I think are top tier though, this is one of them. I am a sucker for anything gymnastics related, so when I saw this, I instantly fell in love. Strings attached. This one's dope, and I think it's something that a lot of people would put in the highest tier, and for good reason. It's personally an S tier for me, but that's nothing to sneeze at. This is a great final emote of the catalog. Bait the hook. This is the emote that you get for beating side order, and it's fine. It's the most like Fortnite-y emote in the game, if you get what I mean. That's not a bad thing though, cause this looks a hell of a lot better than some of the other dancing emotes. Sister's style. Ugh. Once again, the animation style makes this one look odd. And what the heck is even going on here? Are you riding a bike? This one just looks kinda stupid to me. Ready for action. This one is so anime core, and I love it for that. I haven't actually even worn this one yet, just because this season has quite a few banger emotes, but I can acknowledge how cool it is even despite that. Bursting out. Another one that I think is underrated. Sure, it's simple, but it has one of the cutest ending poses, and I think it suits the Inkling and Octoling's personalities quite well. Making waves. Yet another emote where the animation doesn't stop, and this is by far the best one. I wouldn't personally use this emote, but I still really like seeing other players having it equipped. Stands up. Along with a couple of the other X tier emotes, this one just encapsulates myself perfectly. I knew the second that I saw the ending pose for this emote in the catalog, it would be for me. And once I got it, it did not disappoint. It's what I've been wearing for the past few weeks now. Spring loaded. Well, this is kind of a bummer of a final emote to end off on, but I'm not gonna fake how I feel just because it's the last emote. For a final emote of the catalog too, this one is very disappointing. It's not the worst emote in the game, but it does make me cringe nearly every time I see it. Alright guys, well there you have it. That's every emote in Splatoon 3 ranked. I know that there's a couple Splatfest exclusive emotes, such as the ones that occur after winning a 100 times battle or during tricolor battles, but I didn't count those in this ranking since you can't actually equip those. But if you are curious, I'd probably rank those emotes around B tier. Anyway, as promised, here's the final tier list. Both the X and S tiers, as well as the F tier, are all ordered. So what did you guys think? Did you mostly agree with my list, or did you hate it? Let me know down below. But once again, let me just stress, this entire video was my opinion. You're allowed to like the emotes that I don't. Keep that in mind before writing an angry comment. With that being said, please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time.